Fáilte Romh go léir to this magnificent room where Yeats sat and Anne Enright sat, and so many great Irish writers have been here creating out of that fertile imagination of theirs. If just once a day people read a poem instead of picking up their phone, I guarantee you the world would be a better place. So says the English teacher Miss Graham in Paul Murray's award-winning The Bee Sting, and I think it makes for very sound advice. What is happening here today is very, very special. We have young people from the island of Ireland carrying with them a poem in their heads and in their hearts. Poetry is my favourite art form. It's almost as old as the hills, and it has never ever declined in terms of its importance or its making. The word poet means maker, and through the centuries, men and women have made poems that speak to us about being alive at a particular point in time.
His chosen comrades thought at school he must grow a famous man. He thought the same and lived by rule. All his 20s crammed with toil. What then? Sang Plato's ghost.
What then? Everything he wrote was read, and after certain years he won sufficient money for his need, and friends that have been friends indeed. What then? Sang Plato's ghost.
What then? All his happier dreams came true. A small old house, wife, daughter, son, grounds where plum and cabbage grew. Poets and wits about him drew. What then? Sang Plato's ghost.
What then? The work is done, grown old he thought, according to my boyish plan. Let the fools rage, I swerved in naught, something to perfection brought. But louder sang that ghost, what then?
Once, without warning, you catapulted out of the water, as though the sea threw you to the sky and looked up laughing as you soared, arms flung wide to catch you.
You were the sea's heart leaping from his chest, or a memory of my father jumping, thumping the air with happiness. A rush of silver against the blue sky, my heart leaping with you.
The light of evening, Lissadale. Great windows open to the south. Two girls in silk kimonos, both beautiful, one a gazelle. But a raving autumn shears blossom from the summer's wreath. The older is condemned to death, pardoned, drags out lonely years, conspiring among the ignorant.
I know not of what the younger dreams, some vague utopia, and she seems, when withered old and skeleton gaunt, an image of such politics. Many a time I think to seek one or the other out, and speak of that old Georgian mansion, mix pictures of the mind, recall that table and the talk of youth.
Two girls in silk kimonos, both beautiful, one a gazelle. Dear shadows, now you know it all the folly of a fight with a common wrong or right. The innocent and the beautiful have no enemy but time.
Arise and bid me strike a match and strike another till time catch. Should the conflagration climb, run till all the sages know. We the great gazebo built, they convicted us of guilt. Bid me strike a match and blow.
When the master was calling the roll at the primary school in college lands, you were meant to call back on Shaw and raise your hand as your name occurred.
6 men born on this island have come back after 21 years. They climb up the overgrown roads to their family houses and come out shaking their heads. The roofs have fallen in. Birds have nested in the rafters. All the whitewashed rooms, all the nagging and praying and scolding and giggling and crying and gossiping are scattered.
First, it came for the Jews, and I did not speak out, because I was not a Jew. Then they came for the communists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a communist.
Blackening dregs of the brightening grey halved the sky ahead, and I saw the horses, huge in the dense grey, 10 together, a megalith still. They breathed, making no move.
I caught a tremendous fish and held him beside the boat, half out of water, with my hook fast in a corner of his mouth. He didn't fight. He hadn't fought at all. He hung, a grunting weight, battered and venerable, and homely.
The bicycles go by in 2s and 3s. There's a dance in Billy Brennan's barn tonight. And there's the half-taught code of mysteries and the wink and elbow language of delight. 8:30 and there's not a spot upon a mile of road, no shadow thrown, that might turn out a man or woman, no footfall tapping the secrecies of stone.
At winter's end, a snowman grows a snowdrop on his carrot nose. A little sad, late season sniff dried by the spring wind's handkerchief. But day and night, the sniffles drop, like flower buds, they never stop, until you wake and find one day the cold, old man has run away. Every old man I see reminds me of my father when he had fallen in love with death one time when sheaves were gathered. That man I saw in Gardner Street stumble on the curb was one. He stared at me half-eyed. I might have been his son. And I remember the musician faltering over his fiddle in Bayswater, London. He too set me the riddle. Every old man I see in October-coloured weather seems to say to me, I was once your father.
How can you buy or sell the sky? The warmth of the ant. The idea is strange to us. If we do not own the freshness of the air and the sparkle of the water, how can you buy them? Every part of this earth is sacred to my people. Every shining pine needle, every sandy shore, every mist in the dark woods, every quivering and humming insect is holy in the memory and experience of my people.
I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin build there, of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade.
We have tested and tasted too much, lover. Through a chink too wide there comes in no wonder. But here, in the advent-darkened room, when the dry black bread and the sugarless tea of penance did charm back the luxury of a child's soul, we'll return to doom the knowledge we stole but could not use.
And now the most important thing that I have to do today is to read out the names of the 3 runners-up, and I'll do it in the sequence that they're appearing here in front of me. So the runner-up in the senior category for Poetry Aloud in 2023 is Evine Nicravine. The runner-up in the intermediate category, Poetry Aloud 2023, is from High Cross College, Lisa Egan. And in the junior category, the runner-up in Poetry Aloud 2023 is from Presentation Tralee, and it's Saoirse Murphy.
So just to say, we obviously it was how can I put it, very, very fairly done, obviously. But even though there was a lot in terms of very, very high quality today, the decision was unanimous. So just state that. So congratulations to the 3 that I'm going to read out. But first, in the junior category, the Poetry Aloud winner for 2023 in the junior category is George Pham of Portlaoise College. And the Poetry Aloud winner 2023 in the intermediate category is Shay Collins of Glenamaddy Community School, Galway. So the Poetry Aloud winner 2023 senior category is Ellie Reynolds of Lismore College, County Armagh. So the overall winner, and just to say that I know it sounds corny, but the 3 of you are equal, and indeed the runners-up as well, and everybody that participated today. But there has to be one overall winner, and that winner for Poetry Aloud 2023 is Ellie Reynolds, Lismore College, Armagh.